This is one of those little more controversial type things involving healing or whatever you want to call that. This is like a fungal infection. They call it candiditis, and it could be various parts of the body and all this type of stuff. It could be inside the stomach or whatever. It could be a lot of different places. There's a few different ways of getting rid of things like this, and called parasites and fungi and everything like that. One of them is to take this little combination called the Wormwood Combination. It's just a herb, and this combination has black walnut leaf, wormwood herb, and quassia bark, clove bud, and male fern root. Actually, on here it's not rated very high. I took this stuff before. I experimented with it. But like as always, I don't like take everything every day. I kind of rotate stuff. That's what I do. But this is effective against like parasites, fungi, and everything like that. But I want to get into something here. Well, first off, I want to get into something here about microelectricity. This is one thing I think is really great. It's more controversial, and it's kind of like new tech too. It's kind of new tech, but not totally, because it's been used somewhat since electricity was discovered, and even before that even. This is actually a site. I've ordered several products from this guy down in Ecuador. I'll post a link on this. I had no problems with any of his products. I could say that. I've used them. I've used them often. I mean, I haven't had any ill effects, so I could state that. Now, one product I got was this Candida Zapper, right? For fungal things, and I don't know, I just used it. I don't really have any problems. I just use it sometimes, but I rotate things. Now, a lot of times I bought whatever that product was, like the Zapper combined with a microbe electrifier, which uses the Bob Beck electrical current. Now, I explained that in a couple other videos, actually, but it has a patent in 1992 that was patented, and that particular current was something that was developed in Einstein Hospital in New York by a couple of doctors, and it actually has an official patent on it. So that one's got some pretty good science behind it, I think. Like, you really can't say it cures anything, but it kind of works in a petri dish, so I kind of think it helps. That's the way I look at it. Now, this Candida Zapper, this is more from like Hulda Clark. I don't want to get too much into her stuff. Actually, I don't think she was. I think a lot of her stuff I am a little more skeptical of. I like Robert Beck PhD stuff. I think his research was a hell of a lot more solid. I know there's controversy about different things, but I'm a person actually, you would think on the surface I kind of bite into anything that's alternative. No, not really. I kind of reject most of the alternative medical things out there, or whatever you want to call them. I reject most of them. I'm a very skeptical person. So when I say something I use, I researched it, and I think it's got some merit to it. I can say I use this and I haven't had any problems or anything like that. But this is the alternative Candida treatment, the Candida Zapper. It's based upon Hulda Clark's design, but he modified it a little bit. This is Mike Forrest down in Ecuador, and I'll post a link where you can get this thing if you care to look into it. I like the idea behind the electrification. I don't feel this. I can't tell, I mean, like I stated before, it's electricity you really can't feel. If you feel like there's an electrical shock, that's doing damage. That's kind of like a simple rule. But you don't feel nothing with this. You don't feel nothing with this. And these two pads, you actually put the alligator clips on there, like there's like inside. The alligator clip kind of goes inside, and the side that touches the skin is just cloth. And you wet these with tap water or like a light saline solution, the water that has a little bit of salt in it, so it conducts electricity. And these go against the skin. Depends on the area that you're treating. Say you're treating for Candida in the stomach area, the intestinal area, right? You would wrap your torso with a belt, and you would have one pad on each side of the body, and you would do it for about 20 minutes. The first day you would only do 10 minutes. And then you do about 20 minutes a day for a week. and that's about it. That's all you really need to do. Um, and he mentions a lot in his studies, and actually, this guy actually puts out some nice information. Just kind of puts out what's been done in the past, what's been done in some labs. You can see the petri dish. There's the Candida, and with and without the treatment. But I could say, I used the device. I didn't have any problems. He modified it a little bit. I like his ideas. I do. I like his ideas. I think this guy's a good guy and a good vendor, and I trust all his products. And I got about 5 products from him. So, but this is an anti-fungal, and I like the idea behind using microelectricity. And like I said, it's nothing, bad. It's nothing like strong in any way. And basically telling us like, here's how you put the little clip inside the pad. It actually, the metal alligator clip does not touch the skin. It actually goes inside this cloth pad, and they're wet with tap water. And like it says here, use the device for at least 20 minutes as often as needed, or use it 30 minutes every day for 8 to 10 days, which is that's like a full all-out treatment. But the first day you just do 10 minutes. Now the thing is, after you do this can actually take out some of the good bacteria. It's in the intestinal area, and you don't want that to happen. So after you do this, you should take one of these probiotics like acidophilus. Okay, and you can get this right on Puritan.com. I usually buy stuff off of them. And after you do the treatment, take some of this acidophilus. But I like the concept behind using the microelectricity, and there's various types that will work against various particular things. But the major rule is it's usually very low electricity that works of a specific type. It's not something you're going to feel like. Obviously, current output, he has it right down there, 1/10 of a milliamp per average. A 1/10 of a milliamp. Okay, so you're talking very, very, very minute amounts of electricity going through the body. And this is basically pretty close. It's a slight modification of the antifungal, anti-parasite unit that Dr. Hulda Clark used. Now, I know she came up under a lot of criticism for stuff. I think some of her ideas had merit. I think a lot of things were exaggerations. That's my opinion. Now, in the case of Robert Beck, I think his ideas were very, very good. He seemed to be very thorough in things. But even in the case of Robert Beck, PhD, nothing seems like it's a guaranteed 100% going to work every time. It seems to have some merit to it, though. I like this whole concept of the microelectricity because once you buy it, you really don't buy anything else. And let's just say it works. Let's just assume it works. If you're a guy that was selling pills or something like that to get rid of fungal conditions or something like that, you would hate this thing because if a person bought this, they would never need to buy anything else, would they? Right? If say it worked, that's kind of like, and I tell you the truth, I think it does work. I think Hulda Clark had some stuff that was correct, that was good, and I think this is one of the areas she had right. Not everything she did was wrong either. I think there were some exaggerations, but I don't think everything she did was wrong either. But this is the device that works against Candida or fungi, and even against parasites it'll work against. So I like the concept of using microelectricity. Now, as far as the supplement that works against parasites and stuff like that, this is the stuff here. Wormwood. And it has a combination of wormwood, black walnut leaf, quasi bark, clove bud, and male fern root. Now, if you look up what Hulda Clark recommended, I know the two top ingredients were things she recommended to work against parasites. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Not too many people know about this stuff at all. And like I said, you don't need to do this every day. It's good to kind of rotate some things in once in a while. And you know, I mean, you really couldn't do all this stuff every day. It's a matter of just switching up once in a while. That's the way I think it would works the best. But it's good for people to be aware of these things. And this, is this an expensive supplement? No, $5.99. The Zapper, I mean, you can get the combination Zapper for, well, the Zapper's $150, or you can pay $235 for the combination unit. And the only thing is you have to add the batteries. Now, just a Zapper, I think it includes the batteries with it. There's only 2 batteries. But it's not after that. It's pretty much it. Works off the same stuff that Hulda Clark did. If you believe in her, well, I guess you might believe in this. That's the way I look at it. I used it. I didn't have no problems with it. Did it work? I don't know if I really had a problem. I just kind of rotate things every once in a while. That's all.